You know that fear that tightens your chest every time you think you might lose someone you love? That fear that makes you feel small, insecure, like you're not enough. I want to tell you a true story about a man named Hudson who went through this and almost lost the most precious thing he had, his own dignity. Hudson spent years begging for love, hoping someone would value him, while he himself began to doubt his own worth. And let me warn you, my friend, when we start begging for love, we open the door to loneliness, sadness, and pain that seems to have no end. But don't worry, this isn't to scare you, but to wake you up. Because in this video, I'm going to show you what Hudson did to turn this game around, and how you too can get out of this trap before it's too late. Stay with me, because the solution is here, and it's for you if you want to feel strong, respected, and valued again. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any content that will help you become stronger, value yourself, and live with more dignity. Let's do this together. First, Hudson woke up too late. You know when we try everything to make it work, but we're the only ones who try. Well, that was Hudson. He had been in a relationship for years, one of those that you think is love, but in reality it's just a habit. Every day he tried to please her. He sent her good morning messages, surprised her on the weekend, asked how she was. But on the other side, there was only silence, coldness, a dry answer here, another there, and he pretended it didn't hurt. Hudson caught himself thinking, maybe she's just tired, stressed. It'll pass. But it didn't. He was always chasing her, always trying to start a conversation, save the day, keep the flame alive. It seemed like the more love he gave, the less he received. And that's when the shock came. A friend said to him in a bar conversation, "Hudson, why are you begging for affection? Those who truly love don't make us feel invisible." Those words hit him hard. At the time he laughed, hid it. But at night, alone at home, they came back, and they hurt. He realized that he was begging for the basics: attention, respect, affection, things that in true love should come for free, without effort, without demand. And that day, Hudson started to wake up. Not completely. But something inside him could no longer accept living like that. And those who love don't mess up. After that conversation with his friend, Hudson started to pay more attention to the things that he had previously let pass. He realized, for example, that his heart was always restless. It was as if he were walking on eggshells. If she took a while to answer, he would start thinking, did I do something wrong? Is she mad? Is she getting tired of me? Every day, the same doubt. Every day, the same weight on his chest. And look, no man deserves to live like that. True. Love brings peace, it brings security. It doesn't leave us with a lump in our throat. Hudson thought that love was about giving yourself, but over time he realized that true love is when the person makes you feel loved, without you having to beg. It's when the look says more than the words. It's when the hug is shelter, not an obligation. There was one time when Hudson felt bad the whole day because she didn't even notice that he was sad. He tried to start a conversation, tried to open up, and she just said, "You're being dramatic." That got to him. That wasn't what she said. It was how she said it. Cold, dry, as if he were just another burden. And that's when he understood something simple. But that changes everything. Those who love don't confuse. Those who love make you certain. Third, he wasn't the problem. Do you know what started to happen after living in this doubt for so long? Hudson started to think that he was the problem. Yes, himself. He looked at himself in the mirror and thought, am I getting too old? Too boring? Am I needy? Maybe I'm exaggerating. Little by little, he became quiet. He stopped saying what he felt. He stopped complaining. He even stopped dreaming about a light love because he thought it was asking too much. And look, that's cruel. Because when we start to doubt our worth, we accept anything. We accept crumbs. We accept coldness. We accept disrespect, thinking it's normal. But one day, during a conversation with his oldest son, Hudson heard something that turned a key inside him. The son, with all the simplicity in the world, said, "Dad, We don't need to change who. We are to be loved. Those who truly love us, even like our flaws. That kept echoing in Hudson's head, and he understood. The problem wasn't him. The problem was trying to gather love from dry soil, in a heart that had stopped caring. He wasn't needy. He was just a man wanting to be seen, to be heard, to be valued, as every human being deserves. Earth. The turning point, it was one morning. Hudson was lying down, but sleep wouldn't come. He turned from one side to the others and his head was racing. The room was dark, silent, and he had that feeling. I'm living a life that's not good for me. He looked at the ceiling, took a deep breath and thought something he had never thought so clearly before. Why do I keep insisting on someone who gave up on me a long time ago? At that moment, he didn't cry, but he felt as if something inside him had broken and at the same time been reborn. That was when the thought came that changed everything. I wasn't born to beg for what should come from the heart. That sentence came like a punch in the stomach, but also like a relief. It was as if finally, after so much time forgetting, he had remembered who he was. Hudson didn't need to explain himself all the time. He didn't need to prove that he was worthy of love. He only needed one thing: to get up. And that night, still lying down, he started inside. It was a timid beginning, but real. The change doesn't happen overnight. But it starts when we decide that enough is enough. Beast. The value he forgot. He had, the next day, Hudson looked at himself in the mirror, but this time for real. It wasn't the quick glance he takes every day. It was a deep look, almost as if he were looking for someone inside. And he found someone. He found a tired man, yes, hurt, but still whole. A man who had already overcome a lot in life, who raised children, faced losses, reinvented himself. A man who deserved love, but began to settle for crumbs. In that mirror, Hudson saw the truth. He wasn't weak. He was exhausted from carrying a love alone. There, in front of his reflection, he spoke quietly, but firmly. I forgot about myself, but I'm coming back. And it was at that moment that he made a silent but powerful decision. He would never again beg for what he truly deserved. He would never again be silent to please. He would never again try to be less just to fit into the space of someone who didn't value him. He would never again stop being a man to become a shadow. Hudson didn't want a perfect love. He just wanted a love that was reciprocal. Simple as that. And if that didn't come from her, then it would come from himself, the self-love he had left behind. Sixth, the departure that hurt. But healed Hudson didn't leave all at once. He didn't make a fuss. He didn't shout. He didn't slam the door. He didn't ask for explanations. He left little by little. First on the inside. He stopped chasing. He stopped trying to prove that he deserved love. He started to keep quiet, but this time with dignity, not fear. Until the day came. A cloudy Sunday. The house was silent. She was on the couch, looking at her cell phone as usual, and he was there sitting at the table drinking coffee. And then, without drama, he got up, took the ring off his finger, and placed it on the table. He looked at her and said, I'm leaving. Not out of anger, but because I got lost here and now I need to find myself. She didn't say anything. She didn't even try to stop him, because deep down, she had already left a long time ago. He was just the last one to accept it. The walk to the door was hard, but with each step Hudson took, he felt something coming back to him. Peace. They say the pain of leaving is strong, but there is an even worse pain, the pain of staying in a place where you are no longer welcome. Hudson chose the pain that heals, the high kind that hurts for a while but then releases, and when he closed that door, he knew from then on a new story would begin. Seventh, and today. Today, Hudson is a different man. He no longer has doubts. He is no longer stuck in the past. He learned that the love that really matters starts within us. He wakes up, looks in the mirror, and smiles, because he knows he deserves to be loved, respected, and valued. Today, Hudson no longer depends on others to feel complete. He discovered that the greatest proof of love is self-love. And do you know what's best? Those who truly love you don't make you beg. don't leave you in doubt, don't make you feel less than you deserve. Hudson learned this the hard way, but he wants you to know, never beg for love. Never accept less than you deserve. If love doesn't come from the heart, start by loving yourself. Because when we value ourselves, life conspires to make us happy. So my friend, remember what Hudson learned. Never beg for love, because those who truly love you don't make you doubt it. You deserve to be valued, respected, and truly loved, without having to chase or beg. If you're going through this, start valuing yourself today. Look in the mirror. Talk to yourself and say, I deserve good things. And if you like this video, don't forget to like it, share it with that friend who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. Here we talk about things that real men do who want to grow, learn, and be happy the right way. Thanks for being here. See you in the next video.